Hey guys, Sleepless here with Sleepless Nation, and today I just wanted to talk about the Vault-Tec vaults in Fallout. Now, the their vaults were basically an experiment hidden from the public, so that, I don't know, they had no reasoning for it. They just wanted to conduct these experiments where hopefully their company would still be alive after an atomic annihilation after the war in this universe. But today I just want to talk about a couple of my favorite vaults. Gonna start off with Vault 108, which is it's a vault where all the residents were basically clones. There was one guy who was the leader, but everybody else was a clone of a guy named Gary. You find Gary's, and they're all numbered from 1 to however many they went up to. And basically all they can say is Gary. And they're hostile to anybody who's not a clone. Somehow they know. And that's basically it for that vault. I mean, in the game Fallout 3, they were pretty damn creepy. And hearing somebody just shout, Gary, from down a corridor that you can't see yet is a little spooky. Alright, and then in Fallout 4 there was Vault 95, which on the surface looked like a rehabilitation vault for chem addicts, which in chems and Fallout is drugs, and basically alcohol too. And the program was to go on for like 5 years, at which point a section of a wall would just break down and there's a big stash of drugs. And they wanted to see what would happen when drugs were reintroduced into a population of recovered addicts, which, judging by how it looks when you enter the vault 200 years later, everybody's just dead. You find people in bathroom stalls with a bottle in their hand and there's just a skeleton there. Everybody just died. Nobody survived, and from all the text on the terminals, it's pretty bad. Alright, and then my favorite one, I don't think this one ever existed, but it was referenced to in Fallout 3. It was a fan fiction, basically. Vault 77, which was Puppet Man Vault. One guy was placed in this vault with a box of puppets. It was the P13X US government issue puppet ration, was the name on the box. And after about like 2 years of just being secluded, he finally opened it. And each of the puppets had a name. It was Kin, the kin of the puppets, Reverend Hound, who was Sheriff and Reverend, Grandma, just a grandma, and Vault Boy, the mascot for Fallout series, and the Vault-Tec. Now, after a while, you started to realize that Vault Boy had his own personality. Like, he created a split personality in his head where this puppet would basically give him an excuse to do stuff. Because it was, he and the Vault Boy killed the Kin puppet, tearing off his head on his quote-unquote birthday. And, Vault Boy told him, we have to leave, otherwise Reverend Hound would, come after him, because he's the sheriff and all. So he goes out into the wasteland after like a day of thinking about it and just gets captured by these slavers. And in the night, he just murders them. Well, Vault Boy does. He doesn't do it because he's a weak guy and doesn't know what he's doing, but he's so crazy, he thinks the puppet's doing it. And in Fallout 3, there's a settlement of slavers called Paradise Falls. I believe that's where it's at. You go into a building and you'll find a suit from Vault 77, because all these vaults had jumpsuits that had numbers on the back for each vault. And there'll be a holotape next to it, which is like a cassette tape. You can listen to it. And it's these two raiders arguing, debating whether they should burn the suit. And the other one's afraid if they burn the suit and the guy comes back, he'll kill the rest of them. And it's just one of my favorite craziest stories. Like, it never really happened, but I don't know, I find it hilarious. And that's basically it. There's a bunch of other vaults, hundreds, probably thousands across the United States in this universe. But you know, if you want some interesting stories, just go and look up vaults from Fallout on the Wikipedia and just Google it. You'll find a bunch of stories that are hilarious. You know, there's a bunch of them like hamsters in a vault and ridiculous stuff. So yeah, go check that out. That's all I'm going to talk about for today. This is Sleepless with Sleepless Nation. Have a good night.